Chapter 6 of A Day at the County Fair. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. A Day at the County Fair by Hale, Burnett. Chapter 6. Jerry's Treat. Uncle Billy now led the party over to the popcorn and peanut stand, where he made several purchases for them, after which he told Jerry that he had a treat in store for her. "It's a secret between us, and we'll tell you all about it when we get back," he said to the others. "Now, what would you like to do while we are away?" "Ride on the merry-go-round," declared both the girls in a breath, and so after a few minutes, when they had reached the merry-go-round, a long string of tickets was handed to Beth, and she willingly promised to remain there until Uncle Billy returned. "What is it we're going to do?" asked Jerry in great excitement, dancing along beside Uncle Billy as they started away. "Away over your head I see something," he answered. "Something round like a ball, with a basket hanging beneath it. Can you guess what it is?" "Oh, do stop teasing," pleaded Jerry, "and tell me." "It's a balloon," replied Uncle Billy. "Would you like to go up in it?" "Oh, yes," she answered, her eyes dancing with delight. "Will it sail away off?" "No, Jerry, it won't, or you wouldn't catch me going up in it. I'm going to look it all over first to find out if it's perfectly safe." "But suppose the rope should break," insisted Jerry as they hurried along. "We'd let the gas escape from the bag, and that would make the balloon sink slowly to the earth. Of course we would not let all of the gas out, but just enough to let it sink to the ground. Why, you little monkey," added Uncle Billy, "I believe you wanted it to break away." And he laughed at her daring. After the balloon ropes were well tested, both climbed into the basket, where 2 women passengers were already standing beside the attendant. "Only 50 cents for 10 minutes above the clouds," shouted the man selling tickets. "Step this way and get off the earth." "He's trying to be funny, isn't he?" laughed Jerry, as she held tightly to the basket's edge. "All aboard for the ascension," someone called, and with a queer swaying motion and sudden lurches, the huge ball of gas rose slowly into the air. "Oh, dear, I wish I'd never come!" exclaimed the woman standing next to Jerry. "Aren't you scared, little girl?" "Oh, but don't you like it?" was Jerry's surprised answer. "I think it's wonderful. It's almost like being a bird." Uncle Billy bent down to look at Jerry as they arose higher into the air. "Is it as fine as you thought it would be?" he asked. "Oh, it's heaps nicer!" she cried, clapping her hands. "See how small everything is down there, and do you see the merry-go-round? What would Mary and Beth think if they knew?" "Over those hills is Maryvale," he pointed out. "That road winding in and out leads to the town. It's the one we came by." "Looks just like a piece of ribbon, doesn't it?" she answered. "Seems as though we've stopped going up now," she observed a moment later. "Well, thank goodness," sighed the woman seated next to her. "I'm sure it's plenty high enough for anybody. I'm most scared out of my wits now." Jerry squeezed Uncle Billy's hand as she looked up at him. "She's afraid," she whispered. "Which way is the ocean, Uncle Billy?" she added a moment later. "Which one? You know we have 2 of them," was his teasing reply. "Of course I know that, but I mean the Atlantic. That's the one I like the best, because you go to Europe that way." Uncle Billy then pointed his long arm toward the east. "Away, way over there," he said. "My, but the world's an awfully big place," declared Jerry. "And to think my doll, Togosen, has crossed an ocean, and I've never even seen one." When the 10 minutes had passed, the balloon commenced to descend. "It's been a beautiful surprise, Uncle Billy. I'll never forget it," said Jerry. "I thought it would make you happy," was his answer. End of chapter 6.